Welcome, Aries. This is your very late July 2024 tarot reading. I apologize for you know not having it out before. I try to have them out before the month begins, but with the 4th of July and that, I had company. I saw my brother that I haven't seen in like 5 years. He lives in Washington State, and I'm in PA. So, for whatever reason, we've both been so busy, we just haven't seen each other for a while. So, it was great reconnecting. But it did put me a little behind. So, I apologize for that. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. And, I want to say something. You, I feel like you definitely want to check out your moon sign because your moon sign really is about like your inner feelings. Your sun sign is really what you show the world. It's like, the makeup, the outfit, you know. Um, and your moon sign again is that inner feeling. And, not that I'm trying to get you to watch more than one video because I know they're long. But, and again, I let them be whatever they need to be. I want to also thank those who are just paying attention to your intuition and found yourself in the reading, whether you're in Aries or not. I feel like that's just your spirit guides nudging you. There's probably some messages in here for you. Some of you may be in love with an Aries, platonically, romantically. And if that's the case, I would say, like, pay attention because there's going to be messages for you also. Again, I feel like my spirit guides connect to your spirit guides and they talk, they know you're going to be here. And I feel like a reading will be put before you in divine timing, whatever that may be. It can be different for different people, right? Even though I do feel like we're one big soul family, we're all going through different things at different times. So that's why I always say, like in the comment section, if you're willing, share your story because you just never know who you're going to help through your own experiences. I do want to give a shout out to my friend who's on March 22nd. And other than that, let's just go ahead and get into your reading. You've been waiting long enough. All right, so we're going to, of course, use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. Put her right there. We are also going to use the new deck um, called the Tridivia deck. This was gifted to me from a company called Kamora. Um, Beautiful company. And, I don't work with a lot of companies because I have to really feel drawn to them. I was definitely drawn to them. And I just love them. I think they're gorgeous. I love how they read. So for this month, I am using them for clarifiers or really to go deeper. That's how I look at it. Like, we're going to go deep. I want to give you an accurate roadmap to help you along this journey. So, Tradivia, where am I going to put them? Put them up there. And for your main spread, we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. And I'm going to bring the lid down. Interesting because this is not normally a deck that I choose for you or that I feel called to. But today, I definitely felt called to you to use this deck. I really do pay attention to my intuition. So, um, I feel like the right deck is always what's the word I want to use? I don't know. I just feel like it's always the right deck. Let's just put it at that. Everything is always pre-shuffled too. Just want you to know that. That's when I'm really just taking my time, thinking about you, meditating on your energy. And I do want to say that the Four of Cups kept coming out over and over again, as I was shuffling, kept coming out. And that could talk about potentially a cup heading your way. And the cup is something emotional. And the Four Cups would talk about using your spiritual discernment relating to whether I accept that cup or not. But it's also discontentment, can be boredom in one's life, like I'm looking for some type of change. So I have a feeling something is heading your way. You just really pay attention to your intuition, and it's going to guide you. All right, let's go ahead and start your reading, Aries. Okay, well, it came out in one big chunk, but they're all face up, so we're gonna take them. All right, we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Some of you could certainly be missing someone. Um, this is the energy really where I am. My focus is on what I have lost. And it's understandable. It is a number five, though, so it is asking for you to consider change. Now, those who follow me know what I'm about to say. When this person like no longer is focused on what I have lost, what do they find? What's behind them? Well, you can't really see it in this deck, but there's two cups behind them. To me, that's a soulmate energy. That may be why I kept seeing that Four of Cups. Because again, something may be coming your way, and it may need you in the present moment. In the Five of Cups, I'm not really in the present. I'm really thinking about the past. The one problem with the Five of Cups, if I stay in that energy too long, it can move into, what I call the woe is me type energy. And listen, we've all done that. We've all been there. But five, again, it's asking you to consider change. Like, again, maybe it's saying to you, you know what, I'm going to put my focus on this present moment. And I'm going to put my intentions out into the universe of really what I'd like to see come my way. And it may be someone, that you were missing. But then again, it may be someone new. So we'll see. Let's keep going. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. Could also speak about, potentially the person I'm missing in this energy or whatever I'm missing in this energy, could have been a little bit of defensive type energy at the same time. I feel like the person in the Seven of Wands is like putting out fire after fire after fire. And to the point where I feel like I'm tired of putting out other people's fires. I need to start thinking about me again. Seven is a very spiritual number, also. Let's keep going. We have the Queen of Pentacles, can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. She's looking right back. See what comes out next for her. Look at this, the Four of Wands. Well, hello. This is the marriage card. I call it the commitment card. Doesn't mean it can't turn into marriage, but I feel like, not everybody wants to get married. So it's definitely a commitment card. It is my favorite love card. It's mirroring this Five of Cups. Now, it can mean one of two things. It can mean this could have been a previous relationship, but maybe for whatever reason, it's not coming back around. But because, well, literally, I said you couldn't see the two cups. I just saw them. They're right there. So when this person like makes that energetic change, there's those two cups, soulmates. Soulmates. Interesting. We have the Eight of Wands. What I think about, I bring about. What I think about, I bring about. This is also fast moving energy. So again, that may be why I kept seeing the Four of Cups. Like, I feel like your attention needs to be in the present moment. Maybe just to recognize, something that's heading your way. But I also want to say, because it's coming under the Five of Cups, and if I'm in that energy of, really constantly focusing on what I've had. Sometimes we think what we've had was it. Like, that was the one. There is no one else. But if you just look back in your own life, you know that you've been in relationships that could have come to an end and, put us back in that Five of Cups thinking, well, that's it for me. But again, two cups are sitting here. To me, that is a soulmate energy. And then literally the marriage card. That means that two people want to make a commitment together. There's no doubt in the Four of Wands. All right. But anyway, and then we have the Page of Wands, my little risk taker. You know, I have a feeling this is talking about your energy and like, who you naturally are. You are a risk taker, you know, um, and I think that's a good thing. But listen, sometimes it can get us in trouble, right? But this page is someone who does get back up again. It's almost like it's calling for your inner child um, to get back into this energy. I feel like, this is someone who takes chances, and not all of these chances work out. But I get back up again. I get back up again. I'm thinking of a song. I fall down, dun dun dun, but I get back up again. Anyways, I do feel like this is your energy. Very fiery, willing to take chances. I do want to say also, just be um, conscious of where your own energy is at also. All right, well, maybe that's why I said that. Eight of Swords. So we have two different eights. The Eight of Wands. Truly, what I think about, I bring about. That's the law of attraction. Whatever vibration I send out is what's going to come back. But this is a self-created prison. This is really where I'm trying to hide from the world. I always see this woman who's completely naked. Um, but she's like, I feel like she's hiding from the world. Like, I don't want people to see my authentic self. Why? Chances are something has happened where it could have, caused you self-doubt about yourself. Because this is self-created, the only person who can uncreate it or free you from this energy is you. And I feel like when I really recognize that, then I do feel free. This is where I'm putting up blocks, walls, trying to protect myself, right? Maybe from the whole world, maybe from one person. It's something that, some of you, I feel like, I get this feeling like you don't trust in yourself. Maybe you don't trust in love. Maybe you don't trust in your own abilities, which is not normally something I would say in an Aries reading because I feel like I just don't feel like that's normally your energy, but this is real life, right? Real life. Like, I probably took a hit somewhere. Something probably, um, well, I feel like it has to be that Five of Cups right now. And, maybe I couldn't have what, who I thought I really wanted. So I block out the world. I feel like your spiritual team is like, Aries, be present. Expect expect miracles. In this energy, it'd be very hard for your spirit guides to really reach you. They will, but I feel like at the same time, am I just gonna like turn it down? Again, I feel like she's trying to hide from the world. And it's like, I don't want other people to see me, but we see her. We see her. And I feel like the only person who's judging her is herself. I feel like a lot of times we create this energy because we don't trust in like maybe our own ability to like move forward with something. Well, let's keep going. Coming under the Queen of Pentacles. Actually, let me slide this up a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. All right. Wow. Your cards are just like flying out today. All right. We have the Four of Pentacles. Interesting, it's coming under another four. And the Four of Pentacles is mirroring the Eight of Wands. Now, let me tell you something. The Four of Pentacles can certainly talk about, being grounded. It can talk about your home, but it can also talk about being resistant to change, being resistant to other people's ideas, that type of thing. And especially sitting next to the Eight of Swords. I think it's really important that you see this energy as in, like over here in the Eight of Wands. Truly, I have the ability to manifest the type of life that I'd really love. But I feel like in the Eight of Swords, something is stopping you. Like something, you know, something, it's like here you are in your natural energy within the Page of Wands. Again, my little risk taker. But then now I feel like, am I still taking these risks? Hmm. All right, let's keep going. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that something emotional was coming your way. And because I do pay attention to like what cards come out when I'm shuffling before I start a reading. And again, that Four of Cups. So for some of you, like, I do feel like you may not be like completely satisfied with what's happening in your life. But at the same time, understanding that, first of all, you never know what's heading your way. We can say that we do, but we don't. Now, we do have, some power in that. Because again, that Eight of Wands, it's the energy that I'm putting out into the universe. So I do want to think about where is my own vibration? Have I been resistant to change? Have I closed myself off to the world? And if I have, why? I'll tell you one reason. It's because for whatever reason, you may not be trusting your intuition. You could have been with someone or maybe more than one person where again, it was you putting out all these fires and I don't feel like that's what you want anymore. You know what I mean? I want someone who can give me what I also am able to give them. But anyways, the Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. And I say this often, but I feel a knight will complete their mission. I feel like that is why we're starting with a five. Change. Yes, something did happen. Yes, it was of an emotional nature. And maybe for a period of time I felt that was it. That's it. I'm never gonna love again. But the Knight of Cups says, well, just hang on there because I'm coming in. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. We have the Six of Swords. Beautiful. I'm saying beautiful because, in Six of Swords, I always think of the Five of Swords, which does talk about, toxic type energy. Now, certainly it can be of other people, other people who are toxic, and that might be part of it, but it can also talk about our own energy. And I'm saying that because the Eight of Swords is here. So, this is moving on from that toxicity. You know, our thoughts can certainly lie to us. You know, we can tell ourselves, I'll never find love again. I'll never find great opportunity again. But this is action oriented. And I feel like once I start to realize, well, why couldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Why can't it happen for me? And what do I need to do for that to come about? I need to cut out the toxicity. I need to free myself, bring myself to the current moment, understand that this Knight of Cups, it comes at an unexpected time, as love usually does. Like you meet someone and then boom, you fall in love. Like, well, I didn't expect that. Very seldom do we expect that. So to me, this is great news because I feel like this means that you are freeing yourself from that Eight of Swords. And it really is a feeling of freedom. I'm not even putting stipulations, I feel like, in the universe of like how things must come in. It's just about living in the current moment. It's being grateful for the things and the people that you already have. And, in a grateful stage or grateful energy, I feel like the universe definitely replies to that and gives you more things to be grateful for. This is temporarily difficult energy, but it really is the promise of moving to calmer waters. And again, it's mirroring the Seven of Wands, where um, yes, it does talk about standing your ground, but sometimes it can also talk about, maybe I spent so much time putting out someone else's fires. I put out one fire, boom, another fire would start. And but maybe you loved them at the same time, but the energy just wasn't meshing. All right, let's see what else we have. Well, hello, Ace of Swords. So this Knight of Cups may be coming through some type of communication. But listen, the Ace of Swords to me is truth. To me, it's integrity. Like I feel like there's nothing I need to fear here. And if I am fearing it, then that means there's still some energy that maybe I haven't cleared yet. And listen, sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes, even if we're in, you know, because I feel like the Five of Cups can certainly be sadness. Something didn't work out. And it could have definitely, well, it probably did hurt. But at the same time, with the Eight of Wands below that, and again, those two cups are behind that person. Once they're willing to make that change, I feel like it's saying, instead of thinking about the past, and I'm not even saying that it can't be someone from the past who's in this Knight of Cups. Who knows? We'll see. But instead of thinking about, like, thinking of it as a loss, I want to think about, what can I do today? What intentions can I send out into the universe? And then let go of control of it and know that the universe they feel your vibration and they're going to match that vibration. All right, what else do we have? Oh, where the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is marrying the Queen of Pentacles right now. Um, so we'll definitely come back and clarify that. But let's go ahead and finish. Look at that. What? Okay. Well, come on. There's your Two of Cups. There's your soulmate energy. Just like the Five of Cups promises, don't focus on the past. The past is the past, and there's nothing I can do about that, right? So why do I want to put all my energy there? Again, I get it. It can certainly be sadness, but also I want to say, like, don't block your own opportunities of what the universe can provide you, and it can be again very unexpected. What I think about, I bring about. Well, now we actually have the soulmate energy. And by the way, it's mirroring the marriage card, true commitment. Now it makes me even a little bit more worried about that Eight of Swords because I feel like I don't want you to block this energy. It is your choice, right? That's free will. But at the same time, it's sitting right next to the Ace of Swords. Some of you may get an unexpected phone call, an unexpected text, some sort of message, because I feel like that's what it's telling us. I'm coming through the form of communication, versus what? Versus maybe just like someone knocking on your door. And then we have, well, hello, the Palace of Wands. To me, a palace represents the ultimate energy, that I'd like to find myself in. But, it's it takes work to get to the palace. But it is your natural energy, by the way, wands. And it just so happens to be connected to the soulmates. If someone has, let's just say, broken your heart, caused you emotional turmoil, but yet you recognize the fact that, but it was me that kept putting out the fires. It was me who, I had to learn to stand my ground. And then that page of wands to me, again, it's like remembering who you truly are. We can get lost. Yes, all of us. And I feel like, of course, we have all been through this type of energy. But in the Eight of Swords, again, I'm creating these walls, almost telling myself that, well, that's it. That's the end of that. That's the end of love. But yet, look at what you have. Five, consider change. Consider bringing your energy to the current moment. Think about what you're thinking about. Think about where is your vibration. If someone is like just like keeping you on the hook, I feel like you got to let that go because look at what's wants to come in. And I feel like it will come in. It's just what will you then do with it? Very interesting, Aries. For some of you, yes, it may take like someone reaching out that, I would say in a very loving way that will help you in this Eight of Swords. Again, can your spirit guides get through that energy? They can. But again, you have free will. But maybe like just, I don't know, the thought of it, the thought of like someone coming towards me of very romantic energy in the Knight of Cups. That's what I feel. And it just so happens to be marrying the soulmates. But the Six of Swords feels like everything right now. Like that is the main energy. that helps me move forward, that probably is going to bring in a love that, listen, I don't feel like you expect it. But that is life. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Swords. Um, can be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be. You know, her sword is up. She could be someone who is, somewhat defensive, cutting words. I don't feel like it's you. I don't know why. I don't feel like it's you. Male or female, by the way. Because remember, we're all masculine and feminine energy. We're all light and shadow. We just have to learn that, right? Different periods in our life. I know there's many times, especially in business, where my masculine energy needed to come forward. So let's see what's underneath her. The magician. Could have been a little bit of a trickster. You know what I mean? Like someone who like would give you or tell you certain words, but then didn't follow through. I don't know why I'm reading her in a negative way, but I kind of am. Hmm. So, I'm just looking at the four corners of the reading. Five of Cup, the five, change. What's it mirroring? The Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. What's that mirroring? The soulmates. I mean, true love. And then what is that mirroring? The marriage card. Commitment. And by the way, in the Four of Wands, the people in that energy, they couldn't imagine not being together. But it's not about the past. Again, I'm not even saying it can't be someone from the past, but what I'm saying is, once I clear my own energy, I feel like what you're doing is really just opening up your energy to the universe. If I can't control or I feel like I'm out of control, then just say to your guides, I need your guidance. I need you to help me here. And they will, especially your angels, because your angels do need your permission to enter into your life. Enter into your life, let me say it a different way, to give you guidance. They need your permission. But your spirit guides, they're responsible for giving you signs. And signs are everywhere right now. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can pick that up. Let's go ahead and bring in the Trivia Tarot. By the way, I do have a discount code for these, and I'll leave it in the more detail section underneath the video. And I get a lot of people who ask me like, how do I get a personal reading? All that information is always below every video. Let's give them one more shuffle, and let's go deeper. If something is making me feel like you have forgotten about this beautiful fiery energy that's just naturally who you are. And I also want to say, Aries really is what I would consider the seed planter, right? Spring. That's when I'm going to start planting those seeds. Well, here I'm talking about seeds of intention. We have the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, potentially. Could be someone coming in. The king is in the upright. So that makes me happy. If he's in reverse, I'd be like, I know that king. I used to be married to that king. But he's not. He's in the upright. And this really is someone who enjoys love, enjoys giving love and receiving love. This is someone who, in a higher vibrational energy, let's just say, but it is a king. So I feel like a king, a queen, usually, usually their vibration is higher than probably what it was. But I do feel like this is someone who really enjoys having that special partner, that special person, you know. And listen, it can just be me and them, and that's all I need. Is this who's coming in? Because someone's coming in. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. All right, let's keep going. Right now the King of Cups is mirroring the marriage card. And yeah, some of you could have been married before, and for whatever reason it didn't work out. But I'm not really feeling that this is about, like, a divorce. I don't feel that. I feel like this is what is yet to be. All right. Look at that, the Page of Cups. So some of you may already know this person. And I'm saying that because you're right below that, the Page of Wands, and now the Page of Cups. And it's like, and by the way, the king could be, again, female, male. Just think of their energy. As it sits right now for some of you, and I want to be very careful with this, with what I'm about to say, because I do feel like there is someone that I guess lost is the word I want to say. Um, and potentially it could be them coming back. But listen, if it is that, then it is saying that this energy has matured. Almost like the Page of Cups. Because the page is moving right next to the King of Cups. Younger energy, current energy. So it's almost like in my younger days, I could have, maybe I didn't really know how to love. Maybe I did think it was all about me and not what I was giving back. I do feel like, because it's also mirroring the Six of Swords, something definitely turned toxic there. And where did you take it? Right in your inner child, right in your emotional house. Hmm. All right, let's keep going though. We have the Five of Pentacles over the Queen of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles kind of feels like being thrown out into the cold. Five of Pentacles is, to me, it's like some type of tower moment happened. And, I don't know if it's this queen who didn't expect it or you didn't expect it. But, I also feel like in the Five of Pentacles, I don't have the luxury of just sitting back and doing nothing. I still have to work. I still have to, you know, do my daily things. But that energy can persist. I do feel, though, in the Five of Pentacles, because again, I don't really have the luxury to, like, just sit back and do nothing. I often feel in the Five of Pentacles that this is someone who is moving closer and closer to really what I call their soulmate family. Um, I may not know it in that moment because, again, that is not the easiest energy to go through. And again, I don't have the luxury of really just sitting there, just crying in my bed. Maybe I have to keep working, I have to keep moving type of energy. Ten of Wands. We'll come back and read that. Four of Pentacles. Interesting, the Four of Pentacles is mirroring the Four of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles again. Right over the page. Right over you. The Three of Wands. Well, that is a different viewpoint. This is the energy of optimism. This is the energy of being in the current moment and letting go of the rest. This is saying to the universe, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust that my ships will come in right when they're meant to, in divine timing. But until then, I'm going to start living in the current moment. And you are being called to the current moment. Optimism. Even after the fact. Coming over that Eight of Swords, I feel like you just set yourself free. It's like a different perception, a different perspective. Now I know that it's really me blocking my opportunities. It's really, and again, it's a fear based type energy. The Eight of Pentacles. First of all, Aries, you got a lot of pentacles on the board. And this doesn't always have to talk about love. There are a lot of love cards out on the table. Some of you could have potentially lost a job. But then, I feel like, but then what did you do? You moved into your creative house and you just may have found yourself or you're going to find yourself on a different path. And, where your creativity is really shining, believing in yourself. The Eight of Pentacles talks about birth faults in eight. So it is about a new beginning. But it really speaks about the willingness to go into something as the apprentice, knowing that, if I put my focus on it, then I'm eventually going to be that master teacher. I myself am going to master it. Some of you're working from home, or you will be, or maybe that's what you've been considering. And I feel like if that's the case, this feels like great energy for that. Now, I want to go back to the Ten of Wands over the marriage card. So the Ten of Wands can certainly feel like, again, especially with the Seven of Wands there, I feel like in the Ten of Wands, in a way, I'm secretly wishing for a tower because it feels like something is like all on my shoulders. This could certainly talk about a past love that, couldn't give you all that you deserved. But you ask yourself, do I have a tendency to put like the brunt of the responsibilities on my shoulders? Eight of Pentacles tells you wherever you put your focus, that's what you're going to grow. And by the way, you can focus on more than one thing. And I often feel too like when we move in our creative house, and it doesn't even have to mean I'm doing this for a living. It could just simply mean like, maybe I always enjoyed painting And it's just something I put on a back burner, but I decide I'm going to bring it back to the forefront. Maybe I always enjoyed playing guitar, but I always wanted to learn how to be better. So I bring my guitar back out. And I feel like when we move into that creative part of ourselves, I feel like, the energy of what we have lost, it kind of fades away. And I also feel like what it does is kind of open the door to probably, things that may amaze you. There may be something that, you have some type of creative talent. And I often feel like it's our saving grace. Eight of Pentacles is mirroring the Four of Pentacles and coming right over the Four of Pentacles. So those, again, who are working out of the home, or even just creating within the home, I feel like this is great energy for that. Some of you may question, can love ever be again? Can I have true love? Again, the answer would be like if you're willing to really focus upon that. All right, let's go over the. I can't wait to go over the night. This is a beautiful line down here, by the way. We have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Interesting. Listen, I have a feeling that some of you may be reconnecting with someone. And I have a feeling like maybe back in the day, there could have been a lot of arguing. And that may be why we're seeing like the page moving into the king, right? This page moving into the queen. Like I've had to have that realization. Five, again, is about change. Five of Wands can talk about a lot of drama. Whoa. Or, oh, okay. Didn't see that card. Three of Pentacles over the Six of Swords. Hello, Four of Wands over the Ace of Swords. Love, commitment, truth. And then we have the Two of Pentacles coming over the Soulmates energy. That makes sense because in a way, it's putting the ball in your court. What you gonna do when I come for you? Bad girl, bad boy. I don't know why I'm really picking up that energy that um I definitely feel for some of you, and listen, I don't want to give false hope because I feel like for some of you this could talk about, a commitment where, something went wrong. Um Again, it feels like, someone like took the brunt of the responsibility on their shoulders, but probably could only do that for so long, whether it be you or another. And then the Five of Pentacles over the Queen, it's like a change that I didn't expect, but nonetheless, it happens. But I feel like that's what I've got to really let go of. Maybe I just need to understand that that's just one of my tendencies to put, like sometimes, because you are a very fiery sign. Um, and I'm feeling this both ways though. I'm feeling that there could be a recommitment, for some of you. But then I'm also feeling this may be completely new energy. And if that's the case, well, either way, I feel like, I have really got to examine myself. Like, how am I as it relates to love? Am I all in or am I only halfway in? Did I give someone the tower or did they give it to me? Is this king someone who really has grown? Five of Wands mirroring that king right now. Five of Wands to me is a lot of drama. And I feel like, listen, if this is talking about someone coming back, that's the one thing you want to make sure of. Like, don't bring your drama to me. Like, I have no interest in that. I do like that the Ten of Wands went down to the Five of Wands. And then just how I said, where I feel like as we move in our creative house, or maybe it's just me allowing me to be me. I feel like that opens up so much for us. I have a feeling there may be a couple um earth signs here. I could see the queen being part of this drama. And I don't normally say that about this queen, but I do feel there's something with her. Did I look underneath? Oh, the magician, yeah. What's underneath that? Wow, the Seven of Swords. So, that's probably why I was feeling that Seven of Swords can certainly talk about untrustworthy energy. I feel like you do want to be careful about like who you do want to manifest into your life. Is it just because I'm missing someone that I want them back? And if this is someone who's coming back, are they coming back in the light? Are they willing and able to give you what it is you need? And you, them also. It's got to go both ways. I also find it interesting that the Three of Wands coming over that Eight of Swords, that self created prison, because I feel like now I'm looking at things in a different light. What does it produce? The Four of Wands, a true commitment, unexpectedly, but it does put the ball in your court. So this is not something, this is something that you, if you want to, because we have a lot of pentacles, maybe you do want to analyze it, you know? Don't overthink it. Trust your feelings. Because I feel like ultimately this can lead, well, to your palace. Sometimes we just have to know ourselves as it relates to love. All right, there's a couple things I want to look at. And I feel like, yes, I want to look at this knight. First, I want to look at the king and the page because they are of the same suit. And it again, it doesn't have to mean it's a water sign. I feel like it just means that potentially someone's energy has matured. Like, maybe the things I used to do, I realized that it's caused me a lot of loss. And then I also feel like a King of Cups is someone, sometimes it does take a while for that energy to mature. I kind of just love being like giving my love around. Well, again, this Queen of Swords has the Seven of Swords under her and the Magician. That is really, I mean, the trickster. Anyway, let's look at this king and the page. I feel like they're one and the same. Some of you could have gave someone a tower and then now regret it. Can I turn that around? I don't know. Four of Swords, healing. Okay. To me, that puts this king in a positive light. And again, male or female. I feel like it's just talking about love and growth and healing and recognition. I feel like in the Four of Swords, it is healing a broken heart. But also, there's one more sword, and that is our sword. That is us. The recognition of ourselves and how we are. But healing. And I kind of love that the healing is coming way up here before the night even brings in this soulmate energy. So I feel good about that. Okay. I want to look at the 10 of Wands over the 4 of Wands. And we'll also keep that Queen of Pentacles in mind as we're doing it because she's sitting right next to it. And either, you may have given that tower and maybe then turned around and regretted it, or she may have given you a tower. But I feel like the reason the tower even happened, even though we don't see a tower, I can feel it. But I feel like the reason it even happened is because someone feels like, again, like, why was everything on my shoulders? It just feels something was unbalanced, a commitment that was unbalanced. Ace of Wands. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. House of Abundance. Really, House of Loyalty. Ace of Wands is inspired action. To me, that means that your guides are very active. They are going to inspire you to, first of all, to allow that healing to take place, but then to allow yourself to be open to whatever is next. Sometimes we feel so lost and we really feel like, well, that's that, right? That's that. Never gonna love again. But I don't feel like that's going to be the case. I love that the 10 of Wands now turned into the 10 of Pentacles. And then again, we have the 4 of Wands down here. Listen, if this is anyone from your past, then I feel like healing it, healing whatever happened, healing the energy of the past, I feel like it's a must. Because if that doesn't happen, then are we not doomed to then repeat the same type of energy? Even if I feel like I miss them. But if there's no growth, right? If let's say you're just going to come back and do the same old thing, well, then you're going to end up in the same old place. But I'm not feeling that. I'm really feeling there's growth here. And yes, we are speaking about love, but I do not want to leave out like your money. Because I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles underneath the 10 of Pentacles and that Ace of Wands, some of you are being inspired to create. And I feel like trust that. Now, when I say create, I'm telling you, it's not just like painting or playing your guitar. It can be, whatever is right for you. And I definitely feel like your guides are going to help you, but you have to let them at the same time. I feel like I need to change the way I'm thinking. And I need to remember that, again, the law of attraction, wherever my vibration is, that is what I'm sending out to the universe. And because we're starting with the Five of Cups, it's almost like I no longer believe in love. Maybe I no longer believe in myself. And maybe you also, during this period of time have had tremendous growth within yourself. I definitely feel someone else has. It's interesting. You have a lot of mirroring energy. You have the Queen of Pentacles twice. You have the Four of Wands twice. Um, there's something else. Oh, the Four of Pentacles twice. Some of you may be eventually moving in with someone. All right, I'm going to come down. I want to look at this knight, mainly because he's got the Five of Wands over him. And I want to see why. Again, an unexpected couple fulfillment that is mirroring the soulmates. Look at this. There you are again. Page of Wands. Aries, please don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like, as all of us do, we have to know our own energy. Because this is tying you to that Five of Wands. But it's tying, like, I feel like your younger energy to it. It's also about taking a chance. You know, I say it all the time. My Page of Wands is my risk taker. My Page of Wands is like my Fool. And I mean the Fool in the tarot, right? Someone who's willing to take a leap of faith. Doesn't mean I have to like make a commitment right away, but I feel like this probably will go quickly into a commitment. I want to follow that a little bit more. And, I also want to say, like, some of you could have been married or in a committed relationship where, it was meant to, like, at least we said, this is going to be for the rest of our lives. I'm committing myself to you for the rest of our lives. But then something happens, it does feel like some drama. And again, some of you could have just, like, pulled yourself away from that energy. And, yes, I do feel like for some of you, it can be that coming back around. But again, it feels like it's more mature energy now. So I feel like both would really have to understand their part in it. Because in the Five of Wands, I'm not the only one, that's in this drama energy. All right. But I also feel this could potentially be someone else. I feel like a card flipped around. Nope. I felt for some, whether it be you or another, it's like I had to learn that, it couldn't be just my way or the highway. I had to learn that I had to be open, right? I had to be willing and able to, give of myself. But again, not being someone's fool, Not like if someone else isn't giving back to you, I would never tell you that's the energy you should stay in, But I also feel like people do evolve. Hello, sun. Brand new day. Card of Leo, or it's a ruler of Leo. The sun is about illumination, though. I feel like your guides are going to get through to you one way or another. I feel like this is saying allow yourself allow yourself to live in your inner child's energy, the playfulness of it, right? Again, taking a chance. Eight of Swords, I'm not going to take that chance. But the Three of Wands, I'm going to reconsider that. And maybe it's not till this night shows up that I reconsider that. But at the same time, I feel like what's bringing in this night, this unexpected couple fulfillment, is this Eight of Wands. Again, what I think about, I bring about. And I feel like because healing is here, it tells me that you are going to move out of that energy of the Five of Cups. Again, just focusing on what I've lost. And now I'm going to start focusing on the potential of what can be. Life will bring us many miracles. Yes, hardships also, but I feel like the hardships are meant to learn from. And then the miracles are like the rewards for learning that. Sometimes we have to take a good hard look at ourselves. Anyways, the sun. Beautiful. So I feel like there's really nothing to fear here but fear itself. Okay, let's keep going down this line because again, we have that Six of Swords with the Three of Pentacles over it. So, whatever was toxic, that is mirroring that Seven of Wands. Again, someone putting out fire after fire after fire, but no longer. No longer willing to do that, right? It's like I'm saying, maybe just to the universe, like, if I'm going to love again, then I want to make sure that the person I'm going to love is going to love me completely and me them. In the Eight of Swords, I would be a little fearful of that. But that Ace of Wands is coming over that Eight of Swords and the Three of Wands. So it's like your spirit guides are, it's almost like they're telling you, probably through signs that there is something new that wants to manifest. I do feel like though I have to allow it. Again, that's your free will. But that Ace of Wands is also turning into the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles to me, it is the house of abundance, yes, but you're not alone in that energy. I feel like it's a house that really can truly take root. And if this is anyone from the past, what I would tell you to do is take it step by step, you know, and allow, to make sure you feel comfortable in it. I don't feel like your spirit guides would usher, well, again, a soulmate energy in unless it was truly meant to be. I could have had a commitment here. Something went wrong. Again, that Ten of Wands over it, it kind of gives us a clue. Someone may have just like cut me out of their life. And but I had to keep moving. And then the Four of Wands repeats itself down here with the Ace of Swords over it. The Sun, to me, should give you some comfort because I feel like in the Sun's energy, especially when this Queen has the Magician, which normally is good, but then the Seven of Swords below that, that's not good. Male or female, by the way? To me, it just means, someone had untrustworthy energy. Someone could have, they call it the thief in the night, but really I feel like it's more about like, could I trust them? Somewhere along the road, I feel like no, I couldn't. That is why I'm getting like this mix, because I feel like again that page of cups that turns into the knight of cups and healing right over that. I feel like it's clarity, and I feel like this king must have had this clarity, but also the healing. I feel like the healing is not just for the king, but also for you. And then that one sword where two people individually, like, on our own, have had realizations of like, how am I in love? But, anyways, let's follow the sun. There's a couple planets in retrograde, and I do feel a lot of times when planets are in retrograde, you may be surprised. Matter of fact, I feel like I read this somewhere also, where people from the past can come back. Do I want that or not? Well, I feel like if it is something you want, then, you want to let the healing process take place. And if I'm nervous about it and they come back around, take your time. Remember, people will always reveal to you who they are. We just have to have spiritual ears and eyes, right? Allow our spirituality to really guide us here. And your spirit team is really guiding you. Interesting. The Queen of Cups now. So the Queen of Cups is really falling over the Four of Wands next to the Sun. I feel like this is the soulmates right here. And again, forget about the sign and just think about what the Queen of Cups represents. She's literally holding her cup out. Like minded energy. It makes sense that the Queen would come out because, I felt right off the bat that this King I didn't feel negative energy with this king at all. I did with this queen, but I don't with this king because I feel like really there's been growth. And if you don't even know this king, then it's just telling you that this could certainly be someone who had similar experiences as you, but it does feel like you're a match. Maybe a match made in heaven. The sun gives you, what's ever done in the dark will come to the light. So, in a way, when the sun comes out, I don't have to fear it because I'll be able to see it. Like, if there's any red flags, I'll be able to see it when the sun is out. Now, I can deny that I saw that red flag. But listen, I don't feel like this is talking about red flags. Maybe before the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Nice. Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. And then the Seven of Pentacles. To me, the Seven of Pentacles is energy that's meant to be. Um, the Seven of Pentacles, it's a lesson of patience. It's teaching us, I relate it to like an apple tree. Like, if I pick an apple that's not ripe, maybe it only takes me one time to realize that. wait a minute, I gotta wait till something is ripe. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is energy that truly is meant to be, and it just so happens to be becoming also over the soulmates. So let's go back for a second. So you have the Eight of Cups, and I feel like that's very good news because this means that at least you, if not both people that we're talking about here, have emotional clarity. This means that I was willing to take that deep dive into my emotional house to better understand love, emotions, what it takes. Some, the separation may have done you well because then it moves into the Nine of Cups. Well, that is inner harmony. And one way that is such a better way to live than the Eight of Swords. It's also the energy of fulfillment of wishes. Well, I feel like that's a little bit of what that Knight of Cups is. And again, a Knight of Cups is mirroring the soulmates, and the soulmates are mirroring the Four of Wands. But we even have the Four of Wands again, that marriage card, that commitment card over the Ace of Swords. So I feel like back here there was a lot of uncertainty. But I feel like as I myself evolve, as I myself, put down the walls and trust in my own intuition, trust in my spiritual guidance, I feel like then everything starts to flow your way again. The Eight of Swords is very restrictive energy, where the Eight of Wands is free flowing, inner harmony. It was probably important that you find that first. I feel like if I was dealing with anyone of the past, it's interesting because this is one of those readings where I'm feeling it two different ways. I'm actually feeling it three different ways. I'm feeling that, for some of you, yes, you were in a committed relationship. Things didn't go well. It could have been you who received a tower, right, unexpectedly, and it did a number on you. It's what caused that Eight of Swords. I have no doubt there. Um, but yet that Eight of Cups is again that willingness to really look at myself, understand myself. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the cups that have been knocked over, but I'm not looking at them as in like, woe is me. I'm understanding them. And sometimes some cups are just free will choices, you know, like you don't have to give it a lot of time. But I feel like that emotional work, that's what brings you to the Nine of Cups, that inner harmony. And maybe that's what opens the door to everything. Okay, we have a lot of cards out, but I still feel like I'm not done yet. You know what I want to do? I'm going to pick these up. And there's just a couple energies I want to look at. And I'm going to bring them out by themselves. Because I feel like we understand that, the beginning of this reading is talking about it doesn't really serve you to stay in the energy of woe is me, though that is human nature, right? But again, we have control over that. I feel like really what it's just saying is don't stop believing in love because of, something that's gone wrong. Again, there may be someone who has really matured, their energy has matured. They know like the things that, potentially, maybe they understand that, I don't know. I feel like they cause a lot of drama. Now, It could be the other way around too, because again, I feel like the Four of Swords is saying, know yourself, understand yourself. You know, how am I in love? Am I faithful? Do I have a tendency to put things on other people's shoulders? And I feel like if that was the case, I feel like pretty quickly you learn that. Because again, you to me are the seed planter. And remember, if you plant no seeds, there is no harvest in the fall. In the Five of Cups, I'm kind of not planting seeds. But when I consider moving my energy into the current energy, into the present day energy, I feel like that's when everything really starts to change. I feel like it's a must to really have what I feel like it does feel like ultimate love. Because that Four of Wands twice didn't work out there. But it doesn't mean it won't work out here. All right, I want to pick this up. And we're going to use a different deck also. But there's a couple things I want to pull out. I want to pull out, I really just want to look at this bottom line. I feel like you understand what I'm trying to say, with the energies already happened. I want to look at like the energy that is about to come into your life. So I'm going to look at this night. I also want to look at, if I can pull it, the soulmates. And I feel like that's all I need. So we'll kind of surround them. Unexpected couple fulfillment. And who is it? It's a soulmate. There's no denying that. So let's take the Gilded Tarot. Let's give it a couple shuffles. And let's go a little bit deeper. This is going to be one of those long readings. It's funny, I get people all the time like, oh, you need to cut down on your readings. And you're like, I just responded to a comment today and I said, I've tried that. Like where I would time myself and be like, all right, Sandy, I only do like a 30-minute reading. But that's just not me. It doesn't feel comfortable to me. I feel like I want to give you a clear roadmap. But I understand what they're saying at the same time. But like you guys have told me, there's a million other channels out there that someone can choose. All right. So let's just kind of surround their energy. Come on, I just looked, there was that Four of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Look at that. Queen of Pentacles again. Some of you are definitely connected to this queen. Male or female, by the way. Beautiful. Four of Swords. It's like this soulmate is coming in to help heal you. And probably you them. What we want to realize is like don't look for someone who's perfect because no one is perfect, including ourselves. But we can certainly be the best we can be. Three of Pentacles to me, because right now we're looking at love. It talks about someone who appreciates you for exactly who you are. Your uniqueness. They admire that about you. This isn't someone who would say that you need to change everything about you if you want to be with me. No. This is someone who falls in love with you for who you are. No change is necessary. And we don't always have to be in like complete healing energy for, a soulmate to come in. Matter of fact, a lot of times that's what a soulmate is to help us heal. And them and us them. I feel like they definitely recognize that your heart had been broken. Like I feel like that's clear. But I also feel like still this is someone who um I feel like, again, appreciate you for exactly who you are. All right. There's that Five of Pentacles connected to that Queen again. Interesting. The Moon. Now, the Moon, Carter Pisces, by the way, ruler of Cancer. Um, but the Moon can talk about uncertainties. And sometimes we do, we need to move forward even if we're uncertain. I mean, we don't have to. That's your choice. But sometimes, it is about enjoying the present moment without actually knowing, like, is this going to go the whole way? Now, your main spread said it showed us that it would, or it has that potential. But this is also very dreamy energy. I feel like I want to take it up here, though. Like, I don't know, maybe allowing myself to dream. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Um, but because he's in the upright, this could talk about someone who, lives within their own truth. And I do feel like that's a must. The Nine of Pentacles, I like that because this is very independent energy. This is really one that stands on their own 2 feet. Like, I can take care of me. I don't need someone to come in and, like, take over my life financially. Doesn't mean that, this is someone who won't have a job, won't have their own money or what have you. Um, but it's not a necessity. I also feel like for some of you, this could be someone who, you could be doing something for a living, and it could be like someone who's admiring you, and maybe you don't even know that yet. It is mirroring this Queen of Pentacles, so for some could be a Virgo. This is a Virgo card. But this really is about successful self-employment. And then you add that Three of Pentacles to it. Again, uniquely doing what feels right to you. It's a big difference between the Five of Cups where I feel like I am on a little bit of a shaky ground. The Eight of Swords where I really am turning my back to the world. Why? It's fear based. And you need to remember that it's fear based. Queen of Cups, interesting. She's in reverse. Oh, all right. They're all in reverse. I'm actually going to turn it around. Didn't feel right anyway. So, Queen of Cups, second time we saw her. Second time we saw the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I just said I was going to turn them around. Look at this. This is your spiritual team. And they are calling you to the present moment. That is their job. It's like they're blowing that trumpet. We need your attention. Why? It's about to be a rebirth in your life. What if I don't want it? You can say no. But I have a feeling this is probably seeds that were already planted. Like, I have a feeling these soulmates, and I may not know that. My earthly mind may not know that, but our spiritual beings know that. So, anyways, this is your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. There's about to be a rebirth. What's it coming under? The soulmates. There you are. Taking a chance. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to follow my heart and not my head. Oh my God. And then the marriage card again. Do I feel like this is meant to happen? Yes. Does it have to happen? No. Because if I do nothing, then maybe nothing happens. Right? Or another way of saying that is, as this energy, I feel like this must be the type of energy where you can kind of feel it before it even arrives. Aries, you're making a commitment with someone. You're falling in love. And you may even tell yourself, I'm not going to let myself fall in love. But I feel like I don't think you can help it. This is also when I see this image, I often think of blended families, like they may have kids, you may have kids. Kids could be grown, but even if they're not, I feel like we blend together perfectly. You got to take a chance. Wow. It's the third time we saw my favorite love card, the Four of Wands. And I don't know if I told you why it's my favorite love card. It's because everyone in that energy, oh, they want to be there. It also tells us that it has the potential of lasting for the rest of your life. And because it's a soulmate energy and your spiritual team is really calling you to attention, that Five of Pentacles again, where, someone could have thrown me a tower and it really affected me. The Four of Swords is coming right before that to help heal that for you. And I do feel like this is going to be dreamy, but at the same time, I usually say, like, as you start to fall in love, don't right away put like the restrictions on it, like, well, I got to make sure it's going to last for the rest of my life. Sometimes you don't know that until you start to move into it. But you are soulmates. Unexpectedly, it's coming in. I'm saying unexpectedly, but I feel like it's the human part of us where it's unexpected. I feel like as souls, oh, we know. And this is divine timing. This is your divine timing. Take a chance. Take a chance on love, even if love hasn't worked out in the past. Don't say, I mean, it's up to you, but don't say that, it cannot happen for me. You never know. That's why the Knight of Cups is unexpected. But look what's right next to it again, the soulmates. And right under the soulmates is your spiritual team. I feel like they are doing their job. And their job was to get you to this present moment. Because I feel like the unbelievable is now coming to fruition. Will I allow it? The ball will always be in your court. You can always say yay or nay. But there's no denying. It's just, there's no denying this. I'm not even going to try. Why would I? Look at the bottom of this deck, the Ten of Cups. House of Love, the House of Harmony. Where we already saw the Ten of Pentacles. House of Abundance, the house that takes root. And when I say takes root, I mean it can last forever and beyond. But now this is speaking about love. And I feel like this is also saying be playful in love. I feel like in this house, there's a lot of laughter, joy. Doesn't promise there won't be issues. But I feel like by time we get to this, we now know that we can work, like any issues, we'll work through them together, together. That 10 of wands we saw earlier where it felt like, the brunt of the responsibility was put on one person's shoulder. Now, this is talking about love where it's equal. I mean, you're soulmates. You are soulmates. All right. I want to take Mother Mary. I want to say over this beautiful reading, but I do understand that there are some hardships, right? That you have been going through some hardship. Um, but I also, I have to point out that healing keeps showing up. Um, the Four of Cups or the Four of Wands keeps showing up. If this is talking about love that was, sometimes I feel like the time in between, if it's coming back around, I feel like, what have I learned? I've learned how to be more independent on my own. Some of you really have taken that creative energy within you and maybe creating true success. Again, doing what's unique to you. But I feel like who's ever in this night, they appreciate that. Like they appreciate you exactly who you are. And I feel like it has to be that way, right? Like if someone is like, "Oh, I love you, but I don't like this about you, and I want you to change this and change that," well, but I thought you loved me. Well, I do love you, but I don't like this, and I don't like that, and I don't like this. Yeah, I mean, you have a right. Like, let's say if someone has some issues, but really, it is falling in love with their true, unique self, and vice versa. All right, Mother Mary, your words of wisdom, please. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. And then Father. It's interesting when I get father, first of all, I feel like a lot of times it's a father figure who is helping to guide us. And then I also feel this could be one or two things like, maybe I don't want someone like my dear old dad, or maybe I do. It's going to be one or the other. But I have a feeling because judgment's out here, this is talking about a father figure who is one of your spiritual, um, who's part of your spiritual team. And, I feel like your spiritual team, different spirit guides come forward for different things in your life. Like I feel like love is usually one for that. And who better to help guide us than a father figure or a mother figure? My true father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. I feel like also this can relate to like, maybe I had picked up some certain habits from my father, male or female. Um, and I had to have that realization. And what I mean by that is, I'm just going to use my own father, for example, who really was my childhood hero. But I also did see, like, that broken part of him where he did cheat on my mom a lot, um, and was quite a yeller type of energy. And, that's the thing, as like a teenager, I said, well, that's not what I want. And then the first person that well, I only been married once, but when I got married, they turned out to be a serial cheater. You know, exactly what I didn't want is exactly what I ended up pulling towards me. All right, grace. Grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. You know, this is something you may need to tell yourself. Understand that about yourself. Like you are deserving just as everyone else is. Devotion. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. And then, hello, love. No denying it. Why would I even try? Love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Love. Some of you just been learning about love. And sometimes it's learning the difference. You know, sometimes it's learning our own value first, knowing that we deserve the highest form of love, but we also got to be able to give it, right? If we can't give it, then we probably aren't going to receive it. Another way of saying that is again the intentions I put onto the universe. If I really want like a high vibrational love, then I've got to look at some of the energy that was really holding me back, like the Five of Cups and that Eight of Swords. Those are the two that are really sticking out. But healing has shown up twice, I think three times maybe. So, you know, allowing yourself to heal and then getting back into your natural energy, taking a chance. Take a chance on love. You know, and then I'm thinking of the sun. I feel like the sun will illuminate anything that you may be fearful of. I don't feel like there's anything to be fearful here, except for fear itself. Know your worth. I feel like you have a beautiful guide helping to bring this about. And by the way, this just may be divine timing. Exactly when these souls wanted to come into each other's lives. Again, our human mind doesn't know that. Our spiritual being does. And I feel like our guides are just doing their job. Like, this is when I was meant to come in. This is when I was meant to come in and, you know, sometimes shake you up a little bit just to get you into the present moment. You know, will it work? Will this, you know, can this last for the rest of our lives? If we put our devotion on it, you know, if we're both willing to devote love to each other, I feel like the answer is yes. You keep getting the marriage card over and over again. Wow. Ten of Cups, House of Love, House of Harmony. You know, how interesting that we started your reading with the Five of Cups. And I do feel like I'm not really believing in love again in that energy, but everything is pointing you right towards it anyway. You know, it's like your spiritual team is like, you can stay in that human energy, but I'm still going to do my job. I'm still going to try to reach you. I feel like that Knight of Cups, it's still going to come in. And then it's going to put the ball in my court. Pray on it if you need to. I just feel like there's no way you're going to be able to deny it. But it is going to be your choice. Wow, Aries, what a reading. What a reading. This is going to be a long reading. So I'm just going to let that be. I loved it. I can't wait to hear your comments. I'm sure I'm sure like a lot of you are all, you know, in different places. So remember, you help each other through your comments. So I just thank you for just being here. I hope the majority of you watched us to the end because wow, Gotta let that be, guys. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.